All right, so I feel like the one question people are asked is like, why would you play Krenko as your commander instead of Muxus? And like, low-key, Krenko's just, not only is he cheaper, but he's also more consistent, right? Like, this is a spin-to-win variance-powered card. This card is always flooding the board for you when you have goblins, and our deck's got all of the arena goblins in it, basically. So we got a bunch of arena goblins. We got some other just generically good red cards like Torbran, Cleave, some Chandras, Goldspan Dragon. Oh, you know what's not in here? That definitely should be Glorybringer. Glorybringer is probably better than Terror of the Peaks, honestly. Let's do that change before we dive in. So let's go ahead and play some games, make some goblins, and see if we can attack people, huh? That is the wrong cue, chat. I'm not used to clicking on a place that's not the play button. Hopefully we'll be able to click the play button to get matches of this format soon. Ooh, Red Praetor is a good suggestion. Listen, chat, when you're going to suggest random trash tier EDH cards for me, you got to tell me what it does or include the text lookup with your recommendation. I don't know what most of these cards do. Praetor I know because that was a card from my casual childhood. Attacking non-human creature you control, get one attack and have trample. It's a Lord effect. Yeah, it could be okay. Yeah, I'm mulligan this. Doesn't do anything. It's fine. Chat, I like how, okay, so like, let's talk about Terror of the Peaks and talk about why stuff like that is a great definition of a win more Magic the Gathering card. I get it. You're right, chat, that when you activate Krenko and have Terror of the Peaks in play together, it's really good. Now, Krenko, probably really good on his own, right? So like, why do I need Terror of the Peaks to make my card that's already good on its own even better at 5 mana? Disdainful Stroke. That's rude. Yeah, I only paid 3 mana. How can you stroke me like that? I'm only explaining to people why their suggestion is bad and win more because they're trying to tell me it's competitively responsible to put the card in my deck. So I agree with you, this is EDH, so you can and should do what you want, but like, don't justify your bad suggestion to me with it being competitive, and then get upset when I tell you why it's not. Nice, couple land drops, actually pretty good. Hey, Jake Man, thanks for the 15 months. Welcome back. All right, Explorer resolves. It's a little better than Explore, I guess. Okay. Whale poop. We'll see how scary the bridge is, chat. Oh no. Oh no. Yikes. Lordy. Well, I mean, there's a chance Krenko is lethal next turn. Yep, that'll do, pig. I have to sacrifice enough goblins there that we're not gonna beat the Jinga Texas. Was our opponent playing 5-color counter target spell? Yeah, it seemed like it. I would assume they have a lot of counter spells and removal because tribal mirror. I'd assume they have a lot of stuff like that because just the words I'm fumbling to say. I think we mulligan looking for the land. Okay, nice. They want to have their things be bombs. Oh, I forgot to put the Praetor in my deck. What's going on, Beard Hug? Thanks for 27 months. Yeah, I think if Wizard... Oh, well, I mean, I guess I can put my Praetor in. If Wizards of the Coast wakes up from their stupor and makes the correct decision and gives us a permanent queue, my plan is to do, I don't know, 2 to 4 decks a week. Well, we won't be an all EDH stream like we're this week. I'm doing a ton of EDH this week because the queue's leaving us, but... If we had it permanently, it would definitely be in the regular rotation. Is there a shock in my deck? Seems bad. It'd be cool if there was a historic Brawl ladder. Completely disagree. This format would be a garbage competitive format. A big part of why this format is sweet is because of the deck strength matchmaking, which you can't have on a ladder. Ladder makes formats unfun. I think that take is not good either. I think the idea that automatically making something competitive makes it bad. But I think the way in which this format is structured and the explicit things that make this format in particular fun do not translate to a ladder environment. I'm just gonna cycle this actually. too often, chat, people like to be all or nothing with things. Commander is high variance, Magic is high variance, and Commander is a Magic format, so you're correct that Commander is high variance, but Magic in general is high variance. I think I have few enough goblins that we're gonna lead on this. Just like soak a counterspell here. What's Pod Bomb? Pod Bomb is Prime Speaker Vanafear. Prime Speaker Vanafear is a birthing pod-esque card, so we generally refer to her as Pod Mom. Played her on yesterday. You can find it up on the YouTube channel. The opponent missing land drops means they have 5 spells in their hand right now. You understand that correctly, Blong.
Every problem has a solution.
There also wasn't a standard Brawl queue originally, though, so that could still change. That's gross. So they're tapping out next turn. What if I just attack them and then try and high roll Muxus kill them next turn? Well, I mean, this format didn't exist when they chose to make that cube long.
Hope we get something.
So it's not like what it feels like. What you're implying is that there was some kind of conspiracy to force that format versus this one, where it's just like the reality is it's a lack of. Hit me, dealer. All right, all right. Says combat damage to player. This gets attacker block. Deal 1 damage to you. Do I play around a sweeper here? If I just attack them, I guess I could. I guess I should probably kill Ral. I'm gonna kill Ral. And I guess even if they have something like an Anger or a Sweltering Suns here, Muxus survives that, right? So that's nice. And my stadium's still going, and I've got my creature land down here. One of the important things to acknowledge is that, like, never attribute to, you know, Malice, Hallin's Razor, which is explained by incompetence. And I feel like it's definitely a case of they just haven't done the value-added calculation on this application, this format being always in versus not. And to approach it from a good faith perspective, there is a chance that them running this queue with this format is them collecting data to see if they have enough people interested in playing this format and how much interest there is. There is a chance that that is what's occurring as well. Let's attack with everything. If I fire up Crawling Barons, Ogre Battle Driver leaves me 2 mana. Nah, screw it. I'm gonna Ogre Battle Driver and then Krenko, because it's the better content play. Nah, I think 100 card is much better. Variety of play patterns is important. And then they have to answer this, and then I still have them dead to Strixhaven Stadium. It's rude. They are not dead because this doesn't have haste. This thing giving out Goblin constructs is so funny. I hope this card's playable in the fall because it's gas. It told me you went offline. Maybe Twitch is having some issues this morning. To battle! To battle! Our Goblin friends shit. We don't get to see if Stadium has animation. I assume the answer is it doesn't. We're playing Stadium mostly because it's a mana rock. I assume most games we're going to win with Stadium, we're going to kill them anyways. It doesn't. Yep, sounds about right. Ooh, tiny bones. Hey, good game, Panda. I think we mulligan most hands that don't have 3 lands. Especially on the first 7. This is fine. In fact, Robber of the Rich is probably pretty good against the discard deck. Well, their Blood Chief's Thirst means they can't just cast Tiny Bones this turn, so that's great. The fact that our deck's kind of low to the ground is probably pretty good for us in this matchup. I imagine their deck's much better against bigger, greedier things like Muldrotha. I want to, like, generate card advantage and have the game go long. Or a little Gur Arg for a commander deck. The old Dubs Krenko setup. Cute. Okay, so I think we just Ogre Battle Driver here. It gives us 2 gives us 2 must-answer threats. They need to deal with this, but they also need to deal with this because Krenko's threatening to come down. Like, if they empty my hand here, it doesn't really matter. So, like, this could take a card, this could take a card. Try and hold on to the land here, I think, because I want to make more land drops, ideally. This should be pretty close to lethal, huh? It's a shame the ones this make can't attack with the battle driver. No, they're gonna have a sweeper here, but even if they sweep, the Mobilized District cleans them up, right? Yeah, I agree, extras. And like, so something we actually talked about, like, Goblins has obviously fallen out of popularity in Historic with the direction that format has gone, but even when Goblins was popular there, that deck was mostly about Krenko. Muxus was basically just a way to tutor Krenko in a lot of situations. Huh? I think I'm going to keep this on the draw, even though it doesn't have a 3rd land, because if we find 2nd red source, we get to go Willy into Krenko. Possibly Willy into Warchief into Krenko. I've got a 1-drop as well. 1 down to 6. Opponent probably mulliganing to interaction if they're smart against our Krenko deck. What's going on, Elvish? But at the very least, we're doing 2 commanders today and 2 more tomorrow, and hopefully they'll bring it back, and we'll be able to do more next week too. Huh? Do we Warchief, or do we just get Krenko in underneath? Yeah, Commander... I think we just get this in under a counterspell. Commander mitigates one of the biggest issues Best of One Magic has with not letting you make intelligent mulliganing decisions in your one game. Alright, if we could dodge a 3-damage sweeper, we can dodge a ball here. Definitely back to hand. Ooh, I think this changes the dynamic. I think the fact that we can deploy this turn means I do this into this and then attack for 4. Instead of redeploying Krenko. This does give them the opportunity to counterspell this next turn, but if they're countering this next turn, they're not playing to my board. My board's building up here pretty nicely. Nah, I'm not. I'm like pretty fully off of Runeterra at this point. I still follow Mogwai and a couple of other people that are content creators for Runeterra on Twitter, so I'm like half keeping an eye on if those people feel like their format's worth playing, but... Yep. I don't know, they still have time to correct course, Jake, man. Like, one of the things to keep in mind about Runeterra is they don't even have their full card pool in, right? Like, their game is still missing one entire color they plan to implement and half of their one of their other colors, so. I definitely envision myself poking at it again, but what's my opinion of it? Runeterra has the best economy of any digital card game that exists, and its core game system is really good, but the direction in which they took their game design with their most recent sets was really, really not great. Runeterra's current constructed format basically has a bunch of combo decks that play past each other, and there's no sideboarding, so you can't really have counterplay for it. It's like if you're familiar, it's like playing historic or modern best of one. Yes, their current set release is also a disaster. Is not in my opinion. It's not a good set release structure that they currently have. Instead of releasing full sets, they like took them and spaced them out. They like take their set releases and like split them up into 3 mini set releases, which leaves their sets feeling disjointed and underpowered because they're adding cards to their formats that don't have they're adding cards to their formats. I think we're gonna Ogre Battle Driver here. They're adding cards to their formats that are like missing important things to enable them. I could be right to do this into this, because if I do this into this, I get 2 goblins instead of 1, but this gives me 1 goblin with 3 attacks, so it's like... Soul Spear is actually a really good draw, because it lets me kill Niv Mizzet. The other, and this, it's kind of interesting from a game design perspective. I think one other issue Runeterra has had that you're really seeing with their things is that Runeterra's competitive constructed format and their ladder formats are different. So when there's balance issues with their ladder, it's hard to pick out from the tournament settings. So the tournament settings can look okay because they're these weird multi-deck formats, when there's actually problems with their format. It's like if Magic only had a best of 1 ladder, but all the tournaments were still best of 3 with sideboards. Okay. Get to do this, and then Tuck Tuck. It gives the Fam haste. We get to attack for 7 here. Nice. Oh, not nice. Not nice. Boo. Boo earns. Okay, so that's fine. We actually have pretty decent recovery here. They're at 13. We get to go Thing. And then we have Soul Seer to kill their what's it called the first time they do it? Okay, now that's funny. There's something to be said about the like Greek Vorthos and like the song of the swan leading them astray. What's going on, Miller? Thanks for the follow. Good afternoon. Right. If they have a counterspell for the Soul Seer, we're probably dead. If we get to hit them for 6 here, though, we have a real shot, especially with Matron into Muxus for next turn. Them hitting the bird is not a good look for us. It means they're probably going to cast another spell. They kill Bonecrusher as well. We're going to really need to high roll. Into the Royal's cute. It means they get to play Niv Mizzet with mana up next turn instead of being tapped out. That one, please. I assume they want to scry looking for a counterspell or something for Muxus here. We already had Warchief happen this game, unfortunately, so there's only one Goblin this can hit out of 80 cards that gives haste. It's a good chance we get put away here. Get a little bit of a high roll. They have the counterspell. Our tale has ended, chat. Game opponent. It's close. Almost. I think we could have beaten the first sweeper for sure. The second red sweeper was a little much. Opponent had a lot of card selection going that set. They had Maze Mind Tome and Map and Search. All their things kind of came together. Yeah, this looks great. Dragon fodder into both Chieftain and Strixhaven Stadium. Sounds excellent. Field of the Dead, Domri Chaosbringer. Interesting. An update is available. Restart Arena. Tell me how to live my life, Magic Arena. Chat, it's supposed to storm for like the next 3 days in Central Illinois where I live. How am I supposed to hatch Pokemon eggs if it's storming outside? Doesn't Mother Nature know I've got things to do? Maybe you'll get water Pokemon. Nah, I don't want to cheat, chat. I don't know about drought, but we had a couple of really hot days in there. Gengar. You're on my Ultra League team, Gengar. Oh no, our both disconnected. Sag, my hand was really good. Oh, maybe they restarted for the update? Look at my ugly face in lots of poor lighting while we relaunch Arena here. I would in fact like to run the updater. How you doing, chat? It's the box in the corner. What box? Oh, my snacks. Nature Valley crispy creamy wafers. Chat, I'm a sucker for peanut butter snacks. This stream isn't sponsored or endorsed by Nature Valley, but Nature Valley, if you're out there, it certainly could be. Let's talk. Changelog. Yeah, when the patch window closes, there'll be a changelog posted. Huckabear, thanks for the 14 months. Welcome back. My favorite kind of Reese's, just normal stock ones. Picky. Look at this, chat. We shall assert dominance as the superior Krenko deck. Honestly, I think I keep this hand even without a third land, because we have the Abrade here for their Krenko. Oh, it's an imposter. They're not a goblin deck, they're just red aggro. Oh, they could be a pump spell deck, that's true. Because this benefits from having more attack. That's probably what they're doing, you're right. I do remember fondly this card being constructed playable. Sweet one. I guess we're giving them a turn with the Kingpin. Believe it or not, I think there's a chance this deck wants an extra land too. Maybe we'll cut this Goldspan Dragon for one. Oh yeah, Christy and I already bought our passes for Pogo Fest. Trample. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. Oh no! Oh no! Are they dead? Because this finds Goblin Chainwhirler, right? Well, so strongest is a weird question in this format because there's deck strength based matchmaking. So the stronger your deck is, the stronger opponents you get paired into. So playing for deck strength in this format doesn't really make sense. And then I'm going to cast this Goldspan Dragon on defense so we can try not to die to this Rekindling Phoenix. I believe it's all the cards, but I don't know if they've provided clarity on that. It definitely factors in your commander. How do they find it? It isn't publicly clearly defined. There isn't good communication around that. We just know that it exists. And it definitely exists because, like, when you play things like Omnath and Winota, you queue into Omnath and Winota. And when you play things like Krenko, you queue into other monocolored decks and things that are weaker. Are we dead? We could be dead to this other haste creature. Maybe I should have left an extra blocker back. My body is ready to die. I think I should have left another blocker back. Factual fling. Yeah, I deserve that. All right, we lost that because we got a little too happy, a little too aggro with it. Oh, you know, I want to land, right? Add land. I think I disagree with the idea that transparency in the system would cause the system to not work. If people are able to game the system, you should just adjust the details around it. Like if you're clear about it, and then, you know, you find out people are able to abuse it because your numbers don't work, well, adjust your numbers so they work. Security through obscurity is a trap. Big agree. Could not agree more. Are you talking about dungeons? Because we talked about the dungeons already on stream today, and they're not comparable. No, they're not. You should double check the details in the sagas if you think they're comparable, or dungeons if you think they're comparable to sagas. They're not comparable to sagas at all. Yeah. Yeah, go back. I have a video that'll be up on YouTube tonight that's a reaction video that explains them and gives my opinion on them. But they're not really comparable to sagas. This is a short TLDR.
Those who follow their destiny have nothing to fear from me.
Oh man, and Clothis could just downtick to exile my Krenko onto this Banishing Light again? That's super rude.
Receive the gifts of the gods.
Okay, Shredded Sails is actually pretty good here because it lets me destroy this and then we can rob her.
Is this pain?
Elder Gargoth is not a terrible pickup.
Clothis, show me my path.
But I'm missing a land drop here. Play more lands, chat. Play more lands. Read. Hey, I'm glad you're enjoying the commander stuff. Yeah, Boyd. And I appreciate the support.
You dare defy the gods?
Draw a card now in case you find a 1-mana goblin. My Brawl deck is all lands. I've never missed a land drop. Yep. Waves commander far higher in deck strength. Sure, that makes sense.
Before me.
Putting a lot of weight behind the card that you're guaranteed to see every game multiple times per game makes sense. Intuitively, I would expect that to be the case.
Virtue will always triumph. Stand down.
I guess I'm just doing this again.
Clothis, show me my path.
Authority of the Councils is pretty good against us. I wouldn't be surprised that's a card we can't beat.
You cannot win.
That's probably accurate, Gideon. Oh gosh, and they get to go Sigil into... Okay, well... For the follow, Portira. We're winning with Steve. We might be, actually. Well, we can attack Gideon still, right? Do they cash in Calyx to take Krenko off the table? Getting 4 Goblin friends currently. Emerson, good afternoon. Thanks for the follow. Oh, going up. A little greedy.
The stars will light our way.
These aren't vigilance, right? No.
Let's do this.
They gonna like get rid of a Goblin 2/2? It's funny. Seems like the right play though. Think I'm cycling Mind Stone here. Insert Spider-Man beam here. done looting, looking for some more goblins before we Krenko. One's a chief and one's a leader, Jeff. Ah, yes. Naturally. This is an arena-specific card, right? This card exists in paper?
It's just you and me.
Wow, they're still going up instead of minusing to take the Krenko off the board.
I am blessed by Nyx.
Settle, please. Don't you put that mojo on me, Ostin. Can I kill them next turn? I think they're dead, right? So I have to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have to send 10 things at Gideon to kill him. And then that leaves me 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things to send at them. Right? So Haven is lethal because we kill Gideon and we hit them and get enough points on this. Phoenix comes in tapped. Yeah, I think they're dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sweet. And then we send these 10. Oh my gosh, I can't click. Are you kidding me? The group attack doesn't work when everything else is already attacking? Come on. This is awful. Okay, so just to confirm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blockers. So 3 of these get through, and they deal 6 to this, even if they block everything. And then this is 7 to here, and they take 1, 2, 3, 4, and this goes up to 10. I believe we are about to win our first game of Quidditch. Nice! I didn't think this Strixhaven Stadium was gonna get on the scoreboard all today. That was great. Look at that. Math. Yeah, I think my opponent definitely messed up by not cashing their Calyx into Exile the Krenko. Yeah, opponent was underestimating our boy here. Don't disrespect the crank, chat. If I play this, we both have 5 cards in hand, so I'll just play this. And then next turn I can go land Banner Robber. Use your opponent's commander to your advantage, chat. Mulligan for your removal against Krenko. Don't keep mopey hands that the goblins get you. If you're gonna lose to 1-drop, 2-drop, don't keep your hands against the Krenko matchup. Oh, I'm just a total disaster here. Knocking stuff all over. Keep a full hand? Sure. Sure. The queue times for Brawl have been shorter than the queue times for Mythic Historic. Do I play Kingpin or do I just Fire Prophecy this? I'm gonna start by attacking and see what they do. I assume there's no blocks. Deal. One of the things I will say I've seen from looking at a lot of people's commander decks is people need to put more removal in their commander decks, chat. Like, your opponent is guaranteed to have a creature basically every game in their commander. Put ways in your deck that can kill that creature. You'll be better off for it. Yeah, removal and ramp. Play more mana sources and removal. This card's sweet. I really hope this card's playable in Standard in the fall. It's such a gas design. You, like, give your opponent this construct. You should be playing 39 to 42 lands, and then probably another half a dozen to dozen pieces of things that make mana. Is what you should be doing. How long do you think Arena is going to be this awkward holding pattern waiting for bans? Just genuinely no idea. We could honestly have another Teferi Oko Uro situation on our hands with Historic, where they're just going to leave Brainstorm to rot in the format for the foreseeable future. It's impossible to know. My real concern is we have the new Standard set release coming up, and they don't seem to like to make ban list updates around. They don't seem to like to make ban list updates around set release updates, so I am very concerned that we're just gonna have to sit and rot in the current historic format until, you know, 2 weeks after the next set release, which is like over a month from now.
If I'm gone, you'll lose.
Opponent could be playing sweepers in their deck, so not necessarily over yet. We're gonna end pretty quickly if they don't take Krenko off the board or sweep, especially with the Trash Master in hand. Ready to take out some garbage. Why not just attack Nahiri and keep the Goblin? Because I'm dumb. Because this card can't block. I didn't make the good play because I missed it. Yeah, my 1-year-old did not sleep through the night last night. The late evening. I had several intermissions. Light up the stage early is actually kind of awkward in a deck like this. I don't have a video published yet, Worker. There'll be a video on the YouTube channel tonight. I didn't publish it mid-stream like I do for Meta Monday. So there's a segment, but it isn't live yet. A lot of people just don't have their deck. I mean, for people saying there's a lot of concessions, like, I don't really think our opponents have, like, conceded games that they were winning or, like, had a chance in. But what we're seeing is that a lot of people aren't building their decks with the ability to respect an aggressive deck in mind in a lot of situations right now, it feels like. This is draw a card, gain a life when a land enters. I mean, there's definitely some concessions when you get behind since a free-to-play queue for the most part, but, like, again, I don't feel like any of our opponents have been like, nah, I can win this game, I should keep playing. Nice. Solid hits here for us. Step on this and then play Mindstone next turn. We get to go land Mindstone Bonecrusher. You're the second person to compare them to sagas, and I don't really think that that comparison makes a lot of sense. The way in which they progress is kind of similar, but the fact that, like, they don't have automatic progression is, like, a really big, important distinction. I mean, you're welcome to share the link, all the good, but I feel like in general, well, like, for one, that sounds like not enough lands. One, that sounds like not enough lands. Two, I think people are gonna translate all the weird multiplayer ticks people are used to don't translate directly to this format. Is something to acknowledge. So what if we Glory Banger and Exert? So that way, if they want to block Bone Daddy, they have to trade. Yeah, things like Soul Ring change that dynamic a lot too. It's definitely the case. Agent of Treachery. This is one of those cards I think should automatically put you in a different bracket. That's such a garbage design card. I think you should automatically be thrown in the sweaty bracket if you want to play this card. Yeah, this card and Ugin should both just like automatically end you up with the sweaty tryhards. They only look at commanders. I mean, we don't know that they only look at commanders. I'd encourage you not to make assumptions. I would believe that they weight the commanders higher. Yeah, but the condition is something like sagas don't accrue value based on a condition. Sagas always do the same things every single game. They're guaranteed. Alright, fuck this shit. Yeah. Agent of Treachery is a stain of a card. Golos! How'd we end up in the Golos bracket? We lost the die roll too? Yeah, it's real weird to me that Agent of Treachery doesn't have the on-cast text. Feels like it would have been a prime candidate for that. This only triggers if you cast it from your hand. No, not a cast trigger like in Eldrazi, a enters play trigger that only happens if you cast the card from your hand. There are a number of cards in Magic that have a design like that. Oh, maybe their Golos deck is in our bracket because they're like blue-green, and they're not like super 5-color. Could be it. What are you linking? Oh, the bracket talk. Yeah, I mean, that doesn't say specifically they're only considering your commander, though, right? Is there a specific sentence or paragraph in there that implies that they're only considering the commander? Because, like, the fact that this player, for example, looks to be a mostly blue-green deck would be a good example of, like, yeah, they're probably a World Tree to, like, activate it. It doesn't look like they're full-on 5-color. Yeah, see, that to me is gray area. That doesn't explicitly say they're only considering commanders. It could be taken to imply that, but that doesn't explicitly say that that's the case. Yeah, I'm supposed to throw one of these away for some points of damage. Read. The old unsummon your thing, take another turn, sure. And again, honestly, I haven't played against a Golos deck with any of these B-list decks that we're playing. And the fact that we're playing against this Golos deck that our opponent's playing, that's very clearly not an all-in 5-color deck, would imply to me that they're considering more than just the commander here. So I don't know exactly what they're looking at outside of the commander, and they're probably weighing the commander higher than cards in the deck because you're guaranteed to get your commander every game. Alright, so they're gonna take another turn next turn. Really hoping to draw a way to pump all our friends up. Do I want to give up 3 goblins to attack them with the Gold Span Dragon? I think I do. I think we have enough friends that we can throw a few away. A sloth-shaped speed bump here. Yep. I want to keep some of them on a goblin so Krenko can keep generating stuff, right? How do you do that where they blocked all at once? You click on your number and click on their number. And it'll block them all of them 1-to-1. Might have been wrong to jam the gold span if I was expecting an extra turn spell. One, two, three, four, 5 goblins left. Yeah, I think the turn I played the dragon was wrong. I should have left my extra goblins around. Okay. We're dead. The people that are saying you think the number of dungeons is low, it's probably plenty of dungeons for the limited mechanic that that's likely to be. Yeah, I think that's probably correct. I don't know. The way their Golos hits happen, I don't think it matters. Can we just spend our mana here in case we draw a 2-drop? That's pretty good in their Kiora deck.
Nature flows with vigor.
It's a little greedy, but I want to hit land drops. So they have 8 mana this turn.
One drop ripples and grows.
Okay. Dodged Ugin, we can dodge Ball. We draw untapped land, we can Muxus next turn. Ah, yes, the old Field of the Dead Lotus Field combo. Suppose they have some more ramp, they could be in an okay spot. Like a Cultivate here? No? I'm gonna try and hit a land tier. Bottom of the Hellrider. Nice. And now, the Trash Master means that the Trash Master plus the Fire Prophecy means we can attack into Love Shark Beast here. Can I just like, is this just broken? The group attack just doesn't work at all? Okay, you can click attack all and get the arrow, I guess. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to send these here. Yeah, I think we kill Kiora, cuts him off with 3 mana. Yeah, Kiara still loses loyalty through own convention. I wonder if they realize that. Well then. We shall rebuild, chat. There you go. Krenko's got a strong back, chat. Read. Nice, Cody. I have some kind of X spell here. I have 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. I got Blue Sun Zenith for 7. I think I throw away tokens for damage here with the Trash Master in hand. I think we just pass. You like cash in 2 tokens for 5, but I think next turn I'd rather start attacking.
Not to brag, but let's get moving.
3, 6, 7 remaining. Could have another counter spell here. That is quite the counter spell. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just flashback looting here. Yikes. Now we're gonna throw away some goblins for some damage. Am I dead? 11, 12, 13? Not quite. 16? Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got him.
Hands off.
They're still dead, right? Well, I could have animated Mobilized District too. Seems like a good one to end on. I like it. I like a good goblin smashy. So this deck, I feel like I was pretty happy with what this was doing overall. Maybe wants like one more land. Where are we at? We're at 38 lands. I think we probably want one more mana in here. Maybe we could even make it a creature land. Just, it felt like we were a little bit light on those. Actually, the Scavenger Grounds was pretty whatever. I'd probably add the Blink Moth over this and then go up a mountain, I think. What will we cut? Probably like the... I feel like I want to trim a 3-drop. Yeah, it's like free-ish. Probably just Sword and Body in mind. Yeah, cut like Scavenger Grounds, Field of Ruin. I like just add the extra creature lands in. It's free enough, I think. Alright, let's play one more. Let's play one more with the snow cards, actually. It's only quarter to one. Yeah, let's play one more before we do Ratchet and Clank. That way we have a match with the snow mana up on the untap for easy importing and exporting. Oh no! Oh no, it put us right into the sweaty bracket, chat. We're on the play though. Do I want to play against Omnath on the play? Sure, let's try it. I wonder if it thinks our deck is too tryhard, or if it's having trouble finding pairings for the tryhards. Yeah, it could be a mix of both for sure. There goes the sweaty boy. People do have a problem with putting enough interaction in their decks in this format. What's going on, Renzo? Thanks for the prime. I appreciate the half year. Welcome back. We're not trapped in here with them. They're trapped in here with us. Fair. You're so needy, Jeff. First it's play lands to cast your spells. Then it's play enough reasonable Cocoa hits. Now it's play interaction. I have a lot of... I'm very demanding. And they always have Omnath into Fabled Passage, right? They have their one of Fabled Passage. This Twitch stream is pre-recorded in front of a live audience for anybody that's new here. This is the part where they cast, like, Deafening Clarion off their Fabled Passage, Omnath. Alright, if we find one of our two goblins that give things haste, Muxus is going to mess them up next turn. We're about to combo them. Maybe the odds of Muxus having haste in this matchup is low, and this deck is low, because you only have two things that do that. And they could easily have a sweeper. That being said, we're definitely not here to not go for it, so... YOLO. Well, chat... This is why Krenko is our commander and Muxus is a shitty one of, okay? Should have ended after the last game. If they don't sweep us here, we should be good. Let's see if they've got their Wrath of God or whatever. Thanks for providing entertainment through the MCAP prep and not tolerating fascist dog whistles in your spaces. Anytime. Thanks for the 2 months, Jim Raid. Speaking of fascists, I saw an article in the subs Discord that someone linked this morning before I went live that implied Florida's doing something. Does anybody know anything about the Florida law that's requiring or having students register their political affiliations? Did I read that headline wrong? I haven't dug into the actual article yet. You did not. Teachers too. What a link. This is on my reading list for this evening. The headline is Florida signs bill requiring students to register political views with the state. So oh, that's a good one. So just a fact check for people that aren't sure where the U.S. is at politically. Having to wear masks is fascism and suppressing your rights. Having to socially distance is suppressing your rights. But having to register your political views with the state is fine. Definitely big, normal, conservative United States stuff. And a reminder that not all state governments are trash, though. I live in Illinois, and we have a Democratic governor and a Democratic legislature, and they signed into law permanently making vote by mail for everybody the norm, as well as expanding curbside voting for both early and day of voting. So there are a number of Democratic states that have legalized and decriminalized marijuana. Like, we're doing the Dems are getting some wins at the state level, which is nice. So legal in 7 days. Yep. All right, we brutalized the Omnath player deck chat. Maybe to close. Maybe Krenko was a sweaty boy all along, chat. Were we secretly a sweaty deck? Okay, I'm gonna go back and look now, because Untapped tracks our record. Krenko went 10-5. That's maybe sweaty boy material. We usually win more than we lose. So, all right. If you missed any of the sweaty boy Krenko, it'll all be up on. That's just like a big 3-2, right? 10-5. It's like a big 3-2. Something like that is extremely against the constitutional rights of U.S. citizens. Yeah, it should be, Erasuv. It should actually, unlike a lot of the things conservatives complain about being unconstitutional that are actually fine, requiring people to register their political affiliation is like something straight out of like 1984. It's like peak fascist playbook. So hopefully we'll be challenged and be determined not okay. All right, at any rate, let's turn to happier topics and let's have some shooty fun times with Ratchet and Clank.